Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Third Wave Trades. We're going to be doing another live today on Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. Big news so far. PC data came out good. Um, so cost of consumer goods is lower. So inflation looks like we got it kind of under control. Rate hikes should come out lower, if anything, and it's kind of giving the market a nice push right now. We're taking a look at this from the perspective of Elliott Wave. That's our primary source of technical analysis right now. So right now, this is the overall picture that we're looking at. We're basically looking to do another five-wave rally up. It looks like we might be finishing up that first uh, today. So I'm thinking that maybe we'll get to around 262 to 266, possibly get rejected there and pull back for a second wave. And then from there, we should get a nice rally. I'm expecting a nice rally up to around 300. So that's kind of like the bigger picture of what we're looking at. But we'll take a look at it on the micro scale. Right now, we're pushing. We're at 261.52, and I think our first real resistance is going to come right here around the 262 area. If we could break that, I think we might be headed to 266 today. Hey, can you guys hear me right now? Might be having some mic issues right now. Awesome, awesome. All right, you guys can hear me. Cool. All right. How's it going, JS? Glad to see you back here. Ah, sorry about that. Give me 1 second, guys. It's a little bit distorted. Yeah, all right. I was thinking that maybe something was off about it. All right. Better? Okay, cool. Cool. All right. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back. And looks like we're gonna see some resistance at the 262 area. That's the level that I've drawn over here. That's where we've been rejected recently. You guys can see from this point. So we're looking to take this out. Just to give you guys a quick recap on our wave count, on this first wave up, this is kind of what we're looking at. This is what we're looking at, right? So we had our first wave, and then our first of our third, so 1-2-1-2 setup. This is our third, fourth, fifth, a major third, came back, tested it on the fourth wave, and now we're pushing higher. So, one projected level that I have, for this move right here is basically, 269. Like, that would be the, standard fib level where this first wave could go. But seeing that we have, like, these localized structures right here providing resistance, I would be more inclined to use one of those as a, target as opposed to just a generic number. But technically, we could push the 269, 270 from a Elliott wave perspective. First 30 minutes are always kinda choppy, kind of whiplashy. Do you guys like to trade the first half an hour? I know there's a lot of people that try to stay away from it 'cause it whiplashes both ways sometimes, especially when you have, days like this with, core data coming out and stuff. But overall, I mean, the news should be pretty bullish in my opinion, and it aligns with our wave count right now, so that just kinda gives me, like, a double confirmation. Yeah, 262 was my cash out on my 18K play. I banked 900, but was too scared to hold the 270 target. Thanks for the 262 shout yesterday. Gave me confidence to stick overnight. That's awesome. Sweet. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get those pullbacks a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with taking profit, honestly. So I'm glad you cashed out. You took profit, and you could always get back in on these pullbacks. Because like right now, the way that I see the overall play going is that even if we push a little bit higher right now, we're gonna have to come back for a second wave, right? So this will finish a micro fifth right here, which will complete a larger first wave play, and then we'll probably get some sort of like ABC correction coming back down to like around the 250 area, and then from there we'll bounce, and this move will be really really impulsive. So this will be uh, a great play to get back in on a scalp or a day trade. But that's awesome, man. Happy for you. And yeah, I was mentioning yesterday that I had a couple of alternate accounts. So I was working on that last night for the like bigger picture of what's playing out. I think I've kind of like changed my scenario right now. Gossam saying market data dropping at 9:45. Oh yeah, thanks, Gossam. That's true. We're getting some more market data coming out 9:45. So it might be a little chop until then. That's the thing about some of these days when you get all of this different market data. Is like, do you really want to be in, or do you want to just wait until everything comes out, market chooses its direction? I mean, if you could get on the right side of it before the market chooses direction, you could definitely bank, but you're definitely taking a risk. So yeah, guys, over here I have two uh bigger picture wave counts that I'm looking at, and I've recently changed my opinion on the main count that I'm using right here. So this was my second count originally, for the larger picture, and just hide this. This was originally my original count. I had it going to around 340, 360. That's the more bullish count, and I'm leaving it there on the back burner, but I want to stick with a more conservative target right now because there's some things in the primary count that just aren't sitting right with me. So I would just want to be a little bit more conservative on that. Um, so yeah, that's why I changed my count right now. I still see us going up to 313, 315. I think I'm pretty confident about that. So we're just gonna stick with that one for now. This count right here, and this is basically gonna be the target that we're looking for at the end of this move, around the 290, 314 area. I have a time target as well. I know I don't really like to give time targets, but I was doing some more reading last night, and one possible um, I'll get into this a little bit later, but one possible time target is going to be like August 11th for this entire fifth wave to play out, which could take us to about 290 to 314. So I'll get into that a little bit later. Got some 9:45 Chicago PMI and 10 o'clock is the Michigan consumer sentiment. Yeah, I'm gonna pin that. Thanks for that, Kasim. Okay. Oh, we're at 262 as well. We we touched it. See, we touched and we got a little bit of resistance on the initial touch. But if we break past this right now, I think we can move higher. We look like we're about to touch it again. Trying to break 260. Oh, hey, Sunny Ann, how you doing? Yep, we're trying to break 262 right now. And I think if we do, we're gonna push to 266. That'd be like the next resistance that I have. It's definitely providing some resistance here at 262. Chicago PM 41.5 versus estimated 44. Okay, the lower is better for the macro. Continue to push the market. Awesome. That's the news that we want. Yo, Kasumi, I'm gonna make you in charge of uh of the macro data because it sounds like you really follow the fundamentals a lot. I'm more of a technical analyst, guys. I like looking primarily at price action, but this definitely helps when you can get these catalysts that are in favor of your count. So hey, if that aligns with our bullish sentiment right now, I'm all for it. We're on a 5 minute chart right now, guys. So just within this candle, we've came up to that 260. See, this is the resistance right here at 260, 250. Really, that's where we touched over here. So that's giving us the resistance. So yeah, we're on 262, but the real resistance is at like 260, 250. We touched it a couple times in this candle. Morning data was quite positive. Yeah, it was. It was. All right. So right now we're bouncing above our 5 EMA right here. So I think maybe we'll end up doing something like this. So as long as we're above our 5 or our 9 EMA, we can basically like ping pong between this resistance and those EMAs, and then we're gonna have to pick a side. Either we're gonna break to the top side and go higher, or we'll break to the bottom side. Like might just consolidate here for a little bit. As long as we're above our EMAs, we still have a chance to break through this resistance. I see. So our 9 EMA is giving good support right now. Sorry, our 5 EMA, our 5 EMA. That's that blue line that I have over here. That's our 5 EMA. The orange line I have drawn here is our 9 EMA. In terms of our wave count, guys, on this micro scale, like if we do get rejected, it's not horrible because in terms of the wave count, we could basically be done right here. This could just be our fifth over here, which would just be our third of this larger degree, and then we'll get another fourth, in my opinion, and then we'll move a little bit higher. So it's fine for us to pull back here and then push a little higher in a little bit. It wouldn't change the wave count basically if we were to pull back here. Got 58 seconds on this candle. So this right here, if it closes like this, it'll basically be a somewhat bearish reversal pattern. I mean, we're only on the 5 minutes, so it's a short-term reversal, and we could always bounce back. But it's still definitely a reversal, and it happened right at this resistance that we had drawn up. All right. I mean, that wasn't the worst close because we bounced back. See, we wick the wick is larger on the downside, so definitely buyers and sellers fighting for this area right here. So I want to go back. Yesterday we finished at around 257, right? And the way that I had this count drawn up was that this was the bottom of our fourth, and we were basically in this like 1, 2, 3 pattern sort of playing out. But I was looking at it again yesterday, and I feel like there's another alternative count, which is basically that this entire fourth was a triangle where we had an A, B, C. Wait, no, that's not right. The triangle was like from here, A, B, C, D, E. Yeah, right here. A, B, C, D, and the E. And then that means our fourth wave could have been from this point on, and this could be our first going higher. It doesn't really change the bigger picture. Just oh wow, sell off. Yeah. So all right. So this is looking like a strong resistance. So I'm just gonna make that slightly bigger. I'll make it red. No, that's a pretty strong resistance. So for now, we could say that this is our fifth, which is what I think it is most likely. Confirm that over here. Two, three. Actually, no, I take that back. I think this might still push over here a little bit higher. I think this is our third. Let's see, where are we on our support? Still hovering around our 9 EMA. Time is at 9:58. So let's see what comes out at 10 o'clock. Qasim said it's the Michigan consumer sentiment. See if that has any effect on the overall market. I'll spy. I'll delete some of these drawings. Spy doesn't look too bad. Spies holding up. So triple Q. Triple Q is holding up. 369. Yeah, so see how we wicked below it, but we didn't close below the 9 EMA. So as long as we don't close below it, it's still a valid support for us. See if we could push through this. How's that 10 o'clock report looking, Qasim? Here we go. We're testing it. We're testing it. The way I like to think of supports and resistances is like they're like ice walls, and you're kind of every time you touch it, you're like chipping away at it, and it gets weaker and weaker every single time. So tested it a couple of times in this 5 minute. If I went on the minute, we could see how many times we really tested it. But I feel like it's getting weaker. Right, we're chipping away at it. Quite strange we didn't get a stronger push in the opening as pre-market was quite strong. I think it's coming. I think oh, there you go. There you go. We're pushing through it right now. We're pushing through it. I just feel like the first half hour is always a little it's a little back and forth, you know. But like nobody wants to capitulate. Bulls and Bears are both fighting, and then eventually one side's gonna win out. So I think the push is coming. You know, here we are. We're breaking through it now. We chipped away at it, but we got to close above it to hold that level. 262.73. Michigan consumer confidence came out better than expected. Good for economy, bad for Feds, but overall market is still very bullish. Okay. Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. Sometimes like there's a difference between what's good for the economy and then how the market reacts. It's not always a one to one. Doesn't always go hand in hand. That's why sometimes the markets are just irrational. Um, which is why I like to stick just to the technicals. The technicals tell me how the market is reacting to the overall economic data as opposed to just what the economic data says. But right now, definitely very bullish. Tesla's looking really good. Bulls look like they are winning the battle right now. Got 2 minutes though left in this candle to hold. If it close above this level, we should be moving higher. My next real resistance is at 266. So let's see if we can have a nice move. Inverse relationship with Fed rate hike decision. Gotcha. Locked and loaded in calls. Sweet. Awesome. Awesome. Broke 263. Yep. We broke it. Now we just got to hold the level because that's the thing, guys. When you're trading off the technicals, just because it broke, it doesn't mean that you want to get in prematurely. You got to be disciplined, in my opinion, as a trader, and just wait for the close and the confirmation on the next candle. Because I've been in it many times where it's like, okay, it broke, and now you get into play early, and then it just wicks right back. You know, you want to wait for the close, you want to wait for the confirmation on the next candle. But overall, for Tesla, yeah, it's definitely looking good right now. Got 30 seconds left in this candle, and look at the volume. Actually, the volume is really solid. Volume is really solid. So on a breakout play, you're looking for volume to be there. All right, about 5 seconds. Looks like we'll close above it, which is awesome. All right, this next candle, see that confirmation. Sometimes after like a key breakout, what happens is this is what you'll get. You'll come back and retest um, the level that you just broke out. As long as we can close above this with this candle, I think we'll be good to move a lot higher. When it's really bullish, it just takes off like that, right? But given that this was such a strong resistance, I think it might just want to come back and retest it now as support. All right, let's jump on the 15-minute real quick. I want to see how the 15-minute looks, and I want to see if there's any other resistances for 266. Okay, we have this one actually. Oh, okay. We kind of like at that level right now. I don't know how I missed that before. Mm, let's put it horizontal ray right here. We're pushing past that as well. Really nice candle here on the 15-minute. We'll probably definitely have one around here as well. Around 265.95. Yeah, 266 really. This is good price action. Still have 8 minutes left on this 15-minute candle, so I anticipate the volume being really picking up on that candle. Let's go back to a 5 minute. We got 3 minutes left on this candle. It's pushing. It's pushing. if we can close above this resistance that we just broke, I think next level we're headed to is around that 265.95, or we'll just call it 266. So while that's happening, I'll try to make sense of the waves on a minor degree. So we could probably take this again as our first, our second, another one, two, one, two, three, possibly. No, I mean, I wouldn't want to take it like that. That would be too impulsive. Possibly just a one, two. This whole thing is probably playing out as a three. Might get a little bit of pullback, four and a five. Let's zoom out in a little bit. Right now, until we see like a any like bearish signal, I think we should be going up to test that 266 level. RSI is kind of getting to this level, right? So once we start to see some kind of like bearish divergence forming, right, we're making higher highs, but then the RSI starts making lower highs. That'll be a signal to get out. Uh, this means 262 will become our support now, or back to 260 or lower. Um, I mean, it definitely, the law of polarity basically just says that anything that was a resistance, once it's broken through, becomes a support, and vice versa. Supports become resistances once you break through those levels. But I don't think that once this thing pulls back, it's going to respect 262, because we're basically doing I mean, in terms of Elliott wave, right? You're going to get a one, two, three, four, five. One, this is basically what we're finishing right here. This wave. So once we finish this wave, then we're looking for an A, B, C, and that's more so a 61% retracement of this entire move. So we just broke 262. I don't think once we're done with this fifth wave, I don't think we're not gonna just stop at 262. We're not gonna respect that, honestly, in my opinion. It all really just depends on how high we can rally on this entire move up right now. What we do have as a major support level, in my opinion, once this thing pulls back, one, two, three, four, five, um, is going to be this channel that I have drawn right here. I think this will basically act as a support. Once we start to do this ABC move, we'll bounce off of this channel for our fourth, and then get another five waves up. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like support and resistance rules, like yeah, once you break a resistance, then it becomes support. And we're still above our EMAs, so those are obviously like our first sign supports. So I mean, like in terms of like being in a scalp or something like that, you're gonna look for a couple of signs. Like if you were like in calls, like you just like let's say for example you bought the 262 breakout, and now you're looking for a price target of 266. As this is climbing, right? Like I said, if you start to see resistance forming, divergence forming over here on the RSI, that's gonna basically let you know that this is running out of momentum, right? This is basically when you get this bearish divergence, it really just means that you're running on E. You're getting there, but you're gonna run out of steam really soon, and you can expect a pullback. So I would kind of use that as an early signal that to get ready to take profit, and then I would also uh, use my EMAs. my 5 EMA. Once it breaks through that, then you have your 9 as a backup. Once it breaks through that, then it's usually a signal that you're gonna go lower, because then those EMAs become resistance. So right now, because we wicked out over here, I'm gonna put a line over here as a minor resistance. So once this move finishes up here, I mean, once this whole wave is done, I'll measure it out in a second. That'll be our larger degree third wave, and then we should pull back for a fourth wave that I think will bounce off this channel top right here, right? Because just to remind you guys that the count is basically 1, 2, and we're doing this third wave right now. And this third wave is made up of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that third wave in the middle is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So we're looking to finish this third wave, which is the orange fifth wave, right? And then we should pull back for our last fourth wave in this run up, and then get another fifth wave up. Um, our wick at the open hit 260. I think we can use EMAs, which are 262, but use 260 as support. Third waves can confirm. Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. A lot of times, pre-market wicks, pre-market wicks and wicks at the open can provide support and resistance. Talking about this wick right here, right at 260. I mean, our side is not. It's definitely overbought, but it's not too overbought. It still has room to push higher. The problem isn't also like when you see the RSI going higher. The problem is once you see the RSI going lower and the price action going higher. That's when you guys should basically be on notice to, like, it's probably time to take profit. Right now they're kind of moving in tandem, right? So we have rising RSI and we have rising price action. All right, let's see. We're testing that where we wicked out earlier at 263.90. Let's see if we can push through it this time. Spies holding 443. All right, that's a good sign. Spies holding up. Triple Q is holding 369. Could probably break through 370. That'll be huge for Tesla as well. Second time rejected. Third time's the charm. Thanks for the heads up on the RSI for sure. Definitely. Yeah, that's definitely something that I use a lot. Honestly, guys, it's a good early indicator. It doesn't have to happen right away, but it should just be a warning signal that you can start getting that bearish divergence. Real quick, guys, how's like the volume and stuff? Like, can you guys hear me like clear? Am I too loud? I was listening to playback yesterday, and I just thought maybe my mic was off a little bit. So let me know if you guys think it should be a little lower. Or I could adjust the settings and stuff. All right, so once, twice, clear audio. Awesome, perfect. All right, cool, cool. Thanks, guys. All right, so second time we tested, got rejected. So now this is becoming a little bit of a stronger resistance. Also, keep an eye over here. We got volume significantly decreasing. Still have about a minute 30 left in this candle, but just something to always be aware of. That's basically the gas, right? That's how I like to think about it. Is that there's only two directions we can go, right? You got up and you got down, right? You can say that it's left or right. You're turning left or you're turning right. But in order to do that, you need gas to go either direction that you're trying to go to. So the volume is your gas. Volume starts slowing down, and you're not going anywhere. What could happen is again, we could chop for a little bit. We're still above our EMA and below this resistance now, and then we may choose a direction, and that's where the volume will pick up once we break out in one of these directions. How's the rest of the market looking? You guys watching anything? We were talking about Neo yesterday. Neo's definitely on my radar. We're at $10 on Neo, and you guys can see this is the weekly chart that I have drawn up. So we're starting to really cross that 30-week moving average, which is going to be really really significant. So I'm definitely curious to see how Neo closes finishes out today, which will be this week, and then next week. I think this could be a really big play, and I'm gonna make a video on Neo, an update. Nvidia's at 422.25. It's a nice push. Definitely helping Triple Q and SPY. SPY is holding up. We got 370 on Triple Q, so that's gonna definitely help Tesla. Apple about to hit 193. AMD's at 113. Amazon's about to hit 131. Yeah, so all tech is just really just pushing. Apple, I did a video a couple of weeks ago. I gave it a price target of 200. So that's when it was like around 180, like 182 or something. So it looks like it's headed there. 264 is looking good. Yep, I think so. I think because Triple Q is running and all these other tech stocks are running, I think it'll help give Tesla a push. SPX testing 4450. Nice. All right. We chipped through it a little bit, guys. We chipped through this resistance. Once there's a chink in the armor, then it usually goes. We're through it. Like to see the volume pick up for it to be a real breakout and not a fake out. And you want to see it close above. Yeah, so keep an eye right here. We got 3 minutes left still on the candle, so definitely this volume should pick up way above this one, which should give it a push. Can't draw an arrow. Looks like a lollipop. 2 minutes left in the candle. Volume is picking up a little bit. Definitely a lot of selling pressure though at this level. Maybe coming back to test our 5 EMA. Just keep an eye on what happens with this RSI as well. Already looks like it might be starting to diverge, but I mean, we could eliminate that. Volume comes in. Okay, this is pretty. This is a nice candle now. This finishes green with a nice heavy candle top. It would be it'll be really bullish because the volume is really picked up. We would have wicked out right on our support. We would finish higher. So at 13 seconds. This closes as a doji candle, right? Which is basically just your candle like this. Basically, you wicked out on the top and you wicked out at the bottom. Close like that, it basically signals indecision, which is kind of what it did, and it did. It's more so to the lower side. So that's another signal to look out for. But still have support on these EMAs. Thoughts on Tesla price or end of the day? End of the day, it's it's possible that it finishes lower, um, but that's only because I think we are getting to the end of a first wave. So it just really depends on how fast it moves, right? So this is the overall picture that I got. That we're basically finishing this first wave move here. So we could if we could push through, and I think we can kind of like grind through a, to a higher level to around maybe like 264, 266 is what I had in mind. Um, possibly even grind a little bit higher to 270. But then at some point, I'm expecting this second wave retracement move, which could probably bring us back down to around the 250, 255 to 260 area before we start another like the real impulsive rally, which will probably be like next week now. But I mean that's subject to change. Let's see how the price action plays out. It's kind of just the overall picture that I have right now, right? So we're basically in a first wave move. In that first wave move, we have 5 waves, right? So we did the first and the third wave yesterday, and then um, or earlier this week, and then yesterday we were basically like in this area right here. So I think today we're gonna do this, and if we could do that by midday, then most likely the second half of the day we're gonna get something like this, and by next week we should probably push up again. On a technical level, this could be the top right here, right? There's no reason for it to go to 266. So just be cognizant of that. Use your support levels. If you guys are in plays right now, to know if you have to exit. Like if you guys got any like calls expiring today, just be cognizant that once this rally ends, there's a good chance we could get a deeper retracement. But in terms of this wave count, okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to check. I wanted to check the how high this fifth wave could go if my count is correct. We'll look at this as a three wave move. We'll look at this as our bottom of our fourth. Yeah, so roughly the same. It could also be like 267 or so many things up here. One to one could take us like 264. Yeah, so 264 is definitely a viable topping point just using the fib extension tool. Nice move up today. Hey, love it never fails. How are you? Yeah, definitely a good move so far. Calls for 7-7, but I may consider taking some out for the retrace. Yeah, 7-7. You definitely have time. I don't think it'll be that deep of a retrace, um, but it's always good to take profits, and you definitely have time on that. So, what makes you think we will get a deeper retracement to what level? Oh, just based off of just how price action moves. Not when I say deeper, guys, it's all relative, right? So sometimes, you know, my bad. Like if I'm not making it clear, like this is the overall picture, right? So, um, this was when we bounced at 237, right? So we're basically doing our first wave up now, right, of a larger five wave move. Um, and in that five wave move, sorry, in that five wave move, this is our first wave, and at some point, this first wave is gonna have to come back down for a second wave. So, uh, just to give you guys a little bit of perspective, this move will be slightly deeper, but before that, we have this retracement, which is clearly not that deep, but it's could still get you back down to like 260 for the day, and then we should bounce off this channel top and move higher to complete this fifth wave of this first wave, and then we'll get the larger sell off. So I don't know how long it's going to take for this to happen, right? So once we pull back here, then maybe we could rally by the end of the day actually, and then next week we could have the sell off. But this is the overall picture of what I'm looking at. Puts for the retrace. Me personally, I wouldn't, um, because the retraces are just basically. I never like trading retracements unless it's a C wave move of a larger degree. So like over here, once we start to get this pullback, this would be a C wave move. I would play this because there's a lot of potential in this C wave move for it to be really profitable. Retracements in general, you're basically trading against the trend, and it can be really choppy, and you don't make money on that, in my opinion. Playing contracts, right? You want basically the moves that are going to go from point A to point B as fast as possible, right? And you want those to be like really large moves, right? You want the most price in the least amount of time. Those are like third wave moves, and that's basically going with the trend, right? You want to do the impulse moves. Retracements, they can get really choppy, right? So you have an A, B, C, and this A, B, C is going to be made up of A, B, C, and the B is going to be made up of A, B, C. C waves are always made up of five wave moves, so that's why I don't mind playing C waves. But otherwise, in general, I'm trying to stay away from. I would stay away from retracements and just trade with the trend. That's my personal style. Again, unless you can catch something like this, right? So like this is a perfect example. When we topped out over here at 280, um, I still wouldn't have played this move right here because there's too much uncertainty. You don't know how this A wave is going to play out. But once I could count five waves on this A wave, then I know I'm in a zigzag. Then I'm basically waiting for a B wave to complete, which is usually about a 50% retrace of the A wave. And then right here is where I would have bought puts to play this C wave down because then I have a price target also. The C wave is usually a one to one with the A wave. So I would definitely buy puts over here, and this would have been really profitable because this would have been from 266 all the way back down to 237, just counting the waves, you know. But a short term retrace like for today, in my opinion, wouldn't be worth it. I don't even realize what's going on with the price. Where are we at? All right, we're testing it again. Let's see, 264.09. All right, did we get it? Looks like we got it. Let me get some of these drawings. RSI. So RSI is good right now. It cooled off a little bit, but it looks like it's still going. It's still moving with the trend. It's not moving against the trend, right? The price action. So price action is going higher. RSI is ultimately going higher, but we did cool off a little bit, which is good. So it tells me that we still have room for a little bit more on this. 46 seconds in this candle. Volume's tapering a little bit though. Oh, no problem, Sonny. No problem. No problem. I mean, again, it's more so like my personal style. There are people who do play retracements. It's just with me and like my personality and my psychology, it doesn't mesh well with my trading style. But you kind of just have to find what works for you. It's not a matter of like one size fits all. But just yeah, but just in general, ABCs are always very choppy. So all right, so 264 is proving to be a strong resistance, and we're really creating this wedge now, right between our 5 EMA and then this resistance at 264. So something's got to give soon. And all right, see how the RSI is starting to turn lower right here. I mean, it's not necessarily you don't have to pull the trigger, but just it's something to just be aware of. And sometimes, like in the past, I've definitely made the mistake myself of like trying to squeeze out this extra bit right here and holding on a little bit too long, and price action just drops off, and it's like, was this really worth it? So sometimes once the moves start to become a little bit uncertain, my personal thing would be just stay out of uncertainty. Where you're certain where price action is moving clean and good, like that's great. But once things start to get a little bit uncertain, it's always good in my opinion to take profit. You can leave runners if risk is covered. If you cover your risk early on, then you could just leave runners and price actions pulling back. So this still isn't necessarily a overall bad thing because the price action is dropping and RSI is dropping with the price action, right? So that's fine. That means they're still moving in tandem. Let's check it out on a minute. Maybe that'll give us a more microscopic view. So on the 1 minute, we can see we're making lower highs on the RSI, but price action has been pretty consistent. We're not necessarily making higher or lower highs, but it's still somewhat of a divergence. Great words. certainty equals take profit, have runners with tight stop loss. Yeah, I agree. And again, guys, that's the difference between I think like good traders and really great traders is just really great traders are all about risk mitigation, right? And just risk management. All right, we're starting to break out of this little channel to the downside. Let's see. This is on the minute chart, guys. There's a little bit of divergence here because we were making not necessarily higher highs, but our highs were still pretty consistent. But we've been selling off on the minute chart. You don't think we will run up through delivery numbers out this weekend? Oh yeah, yeah. The bigger picture for sure. I'm just talking about like if anybody was scalping right now, and if they got into like a breakout of. I think you missed it when we were talking about it earlier. Like we were just kind of like talking about the scenario of like a breakout of 262, and if you got calls on that, and this was a scalp. But yeah, I think Tesla is going a lot higher by Monday. Like even it might even just be today. Like right now, we might just have like an hour or two of doing this, and then by close of day, we could do this. So yeah, yeah, no, I'm not bearish on Tesla at all. We're dropping off a little bit. Go back to the 5 minute because I want to see something. I don't think 2, 3 on the 5 minute. We're still above our EMAs. You see how price dropped and RSI dropped with the price, so that wasn't like a diverging moment right there. So it's still not something to be concerned about. And we're bounced off of our support at our 9 EMA. So it kind of just gave RSI a chance to cool on the 5 minute. I think we could possibly come back, retest this, and push higher right here. Bulls aren't giving up. The only thing the problem is the volume. Let's see if we can get some volume to kick in over here. I think that's really the only thing that's holding us back from pushing through this. Price oscillator is basically telling me that we should be getting a slight dip over here, but then we'll probably come back and get one more bounce. And you'll see this is probably a third wave move of this fifth wave, right? So this will probably come here, form this kind of like fourth right here, and that'll form another last wave. That'll be our fifth of our fifth of our third. Yep, I saw them drop together, learn something again. Awesome. Yeah, it's really, it's kind of like, when you're driving, you're not just looking straight. You got to check your rear view mirror, you got to check your side mirrors. You're always like, you're checking over your shoulder. There's a thousand things that you got to focus on all at once. And, it's not just the price action. You got to look at a little bit of everything: volume, your resistance levels, your indicators. Me personally, I like to count my waves as well because I'm an Elliott wave guy. So I'm checking all these things all at the same time. AMD hit high of 114.18. Nice. I know you were in that play, Qasim. How's that? AMD, yeah, we were talking about AMD and saying that we were expecting a rally. It bounced off of a key support down here, right? Yeah, so we had a I gave you guys the target box over here. So we bounced a little bit higher, so that's great. And we've been rallying higher. All right, I'll come out with like a price projection for that in a second. I'm just gonna go grab myself a cup of coffee. But yeah, AMD is looking great. Triple Q is holding, slight pullback. SPY SPY is looking like it's pulling back a little bit. We got this candle right here, so that's a you know a short term concern because then we closed it with this as well. So SPY might pull back a little bit, and that'll obviously have an effect on Tesla too. So yeah, SPY pulling back. But all right, I'll be back in like 5-10 minutes, guys. I'm just gonna go grab myself a coffee, then eat nothing. Uh, you guys just do me a favor, all right? I'm leaving all you guys in charge of Tesla, so you guys got to hold the level, all right? I'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, hey guys, I'm back. How are we doing? You guys hold up the price? So we pulled back a little bit, and we bounced. Still closed above our EMAs, so that's good. We're still above it right now. RSI pulled back a little bit with the price action, but again, that's just a cool off. It's not a divergence. So I think that we have another shot at it. Yep, you guys held the price down. Good job. Good job. Good job. Let me see. Did I miss any comments? Anyone know if second delivery, if second a delivery will beat the estimate? Seems some people are really considering the delivery report as the main catalyst until the earnings reports. I think it will be a pretty big catalyst. Honestly, I think it will definitely help give us a boost. So like let's say by the end of today, because I'm just trying to like line it up with the wave count. So this is our first of our larger fifth wave, right? So again, taking a look at this picture on the side, right? We're doing this move right here, in my opinion, right? So we're basically finishing this first wave move right here, and then we're gonna get this move. I don't know if that will happen by the end of today, but if it does happen by the end of today, it would just like line up perfectly with a big impulsive rally, which would be our third wave, on Monday. So let's just see how the price action plays out. If we start to see like a pretty big pullback over here, I like by the end of the day, I would actually I would actually line that up with um the start of a major third wave coming on Monday, because that would just line up with that catalyst, right? Like it's weird like how Elliott wave is is like really spot on with like people will a lot of people are surprised when like these big major rallies happen, and there's a lot of good wave analysts that can kind of predict it. Like they can predict when the market is going to get this major pullback or go on this major rally, and um, and that's using just like the Elliott wave principle. It just lines up somehow. Like before COVID happened, and we had that pullback, there were like the waves were showing that a pullback was needed, right? And then the catalyst comes out, and what the catalyst is like there's COVID, and so that's why other people will say like that's why the market sold off. But meanwhile, it was bound to sell off according to the waves of the Elliott wave principle. So it's a very weird thing. I don't know how it works, but if you guys read on Nature's Law, that's by Ralph Nelson Elliott, the guy who came up with the wave principle. He basically believes that there is a natural law in the universe that can basically predict these things, right? Um, that basically all aspects of the universe align to this natural law, and everything ebbs and flows. So it's a really good read. You guys should definitely read it. I mean, he used it for primarily for the stock market, but it can be applied to other things in life as well. So if there is a natural law, it would make sense that humans, right, we fall into that natural law because our psychology is so like predictable. People buying and selling is predictable. Like we move in masses. We're going kind of a little bit on a tangent, but I find this stuff so interesting. Sounds like human nature. Yeah, exactly. Human nature, natural law. So the idea is really like the market. All it, all it really is, if you just think about it, is just a bunch of buyers and sellers. That's it, right? So, I mean, if you can just understand what is the psychology that drives human beings to buy or sell, right? Then that's how this principle was basically derived. And like a real quick summary of it is if you understand like the waves, right? So you have your first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So the idea is that the people who get in on the first wave are like your innovators and stuff. The people who like are really ahead of the curve, like your entrepreneurs, your visionaries, right? Your Steve Jobs is those type of people. They can see a trend coming before anybody else, right? But then there's then a pullback happens because there's still a bunch of like naysayers and deniers of such a trend, right? So like for example, like AI. But then by the time the third wave starts, that's when the masses really get in on the trend, and now they're all buying into the hype, and that's why you get such a rally because this is where everybody gets in, and you can see this with any trend, like whether it's fashion or music or whatever. And then there's another cool off period, and then this last part is basically the stragglers, the people who are late to the party. They come in on this fifth wave. So that's like a very very rudimentary uh, or like explanation of it, but kind of get the gist. Would you say that something hits a high, the ABC on micro level would work? Would you say that something hits a high, the ABC on micro level would work? For example, SPY hit 443.36, rejected the key level up at 44.50 on SPX. It came down to test 442 and bounced, which could be leg A. And now we retest 443 for B, followed by a retest and break of 442 for C. So you're basically asking if we are in a corrective move. Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're saying basically if you have a high peak over here, and then the next move that you make is a lower high, could you basically assume then what's going to follow is like that this was an A, and then this was a B, and now we're going to get a C. Am I right? Is that kind of like what you're asking? Basically, after we hit a high, so like over here we hit a high. Now you want to know if this is an A, and then this is a B, and this is a C. I mean, I, I guess you could use. There's no guarantee that that's the case, right? I think the best way to do it is to just go with overall wave count because if you try to find a shortcut like that, um, what happens if we come out and we break this high and we just keep making higher highs, right? Like, there's no real way of knowing. You could use other indicators to probably help you, right? Like the fact that we have declining volume, but the declining volume, um, I mean, let me see where's the RSI at. Maybe there's other indicators that could help a little better. So this is I like using this price oscillator. It helps a lot, and I will do a count on the SPX and the SPY, but I do think that right now this is a 5 minute chart. This is at a very quick glance, I would say that this is a one, this is a two, and this is a one and two, and we're in a three. So at some point we're gonna be looking for a four and a five. But the price oscillator is basically telling me that this is uh, like the peak of our third because it's the highest point. So usually on the price oscillator, the highest peak is basically going to be your third of your third. So yeah, it's definitely possible that this is an ABC, and then we'll come a little bit higher for a fifth of our third, and that's kind of on the price oscillator. You'll see a lower peak over here, and then that'll form a divergence, um, and then that's when you'll get a larger sell off. On the RSI, you can see on the RSI. This is another example of the RSI pulled back, but it pulled back with price action. And now price action is rising, and the RSI is rising as well. So it's not really a divergence. I don't think we have to worry about a major sell-off. I think we might come back honestly and test this. But if we do get rejected here, then yeah, I think we still have one more wave up after that. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Where are we? Nice. Missed the whole push. Thanks, honey. Um, yeah, and good volume too, right? Really good volume right here. My drawing was off a little bit. My drawing was off a little bit, but the idea is still the same, right? So pull back a little bit, and now push higher for this fifth wave. No doubt, guys. No doubt. It's a good question, honestly. It got me thinking. Is there like a shortcut that we can use? Tesla definitely pushed through that 264 resistance level with strong volume, so that might be a nice breakout. Let's see how this candle comes in, like the confirmation candle. Let's see if we can get some nice confirmation over here above this level. So another possibility is that if this correction is not done, there's only two scenarios where a B wave would come higher, right? Because this could be a B, C playing out. And there's only two scenarios where the B wave overtakes the previous high, right? So there's your expanded flat, you get something like that. And then there's your running flat, where you get something like that. So well, it could be both of those situations where this correction is still playing out, and you get an expanded flat where it comes lower than the point of point A, and then we go higher for this move. Overall, good price action for the day, though, for sure. Any chance of a squeeze to start today, or maybe already started? I don't think this is a squeeze, to be honest with you. I think if it was a squeeze, you would definitely know it's a squeeze. Like you would see crazy, crazy impulsive moves. Um, Probably see like, I mean, it probably is going to happen if a squeeze is going to happen. In this move right here, in the third wave. I think this is just good price action. Just remember I was saying yesterday, guys. Like yesterday was kind of a little bit of a choppy day. The whole time that we were on, We were kind of just doing. We had this pullback, then we ran up, and then we did this. Overall, it was a kind of like a nothing day, right? But I was saying like what it was doing was actually setting the foundation for a good day, like for a nice move, and that's really what it did. And you need days like those to like counter days like these. They complement each other pretty well. So you had a nice day that basically set the stage as a 1-2 base, basically, for a nice move like this that we're getting today. But I think it's just a nice price action, very good price action playing out. I don't think it's a squeeze or anything like that. Like I do think maybe we go a little bit higher, and then we'll get that net, and then once the sell off comes, like it would just be a natural sell off after good price action, right, for our fourth wave. And then we should get another fifth wave move, possibly to around the 270-ish area, and then we'll get a larger pullback. And that larger pullback would be this second wave pullback, and then probably by Monday, Tuesday, you'll start to really see you'll really start to see a very impulsive move headed towards the 300 area next week, in my opinion. All right, so remember how I said yesterday, guys, like sometimes you have to be careful of these individual isolated candles with a strong volume because sometimes they could be a B wave and it could trap people like because you think this is a breakout, you got strong volume, but there's no confirmation. I mean, we'll let this candle play out. Actually, okay, never mind, guys. This candle just started, so let's see how this confirmation candle plays out. But no, it did. It did. We did get it, yeah, and it was a lot lower volume. Make my drawing a little bigger. So there's no confirmation right here with strong volume to show a sustained rally is coming. It can still chop up a little bit or grind through a little bit, but I would just be careful over here because this is, in my opinion, more so a fake out than a breakout. Even though we pushed with high volume, there's no confirmation. It's not a sustained rally. Sorry for too many cubes just announced it. There, hey, no, I'm glad. I'm glad you're asking these questions. I actually really appreciate you asking these questions. So please ask as many as you got. And I definitely don't have all the answers, but if I do have an opinion on something, I'll let you guys know what my take on it is. But yeah, I think this might be a B wave, which would mean that we're sort of like in a expanded flat situation, and then we rally higher. But it could also mean we do a running flat and we don't break this low. So there are certain moments in Elliott wave where you know the best you could do is just narrow it down to two possibilities, and you just have to be patient and wait for it to pick one of them. There's no like trading technique or strategy that's going to be 100% correct all the time. Elliott wave has its I think it has the best success rate from anything that I've used, but it's not always going to be 100% accurate. There's going to be times where it deviates. How do you think Monday will go? I think Monday um, and next week in general will be a pretty strong push, right? Just based off the wave count alone, it really all just depends for me, based off of the technicals, based off of my wave count. Um, once this second wave move is complete, so we basically have rallied so far from 238 back up to 264, right? Which is a pretty solid move. A second wave retracement from that. should take about half of that off, right? So we should pull back about to like 250. I wouldn't be surprised if we pulled back to like around 250. But once that move is done, right? So I don't know if that's could be like the first half of Monday. It could take all of Monday for that move to play out. Once that move is done, and we basically have set this higher high, higher low, I think we are going to like really, really rally. And I'll show you guys like what I really would love to see is by the end of this rally that we take out this high over here. So let me go to like a 2 hour chart or something. And you guys can see it. So this is our first wave, right? That's basically playing out that we're looking at over here on the micro scale. This is how the move looks on a slightly larger scale. I really want to see us push past 266.73 because once we do that, right, then we've basically taken out this lower high, lower low setup, and we'll basically like eradicate that, and um, we can then start a higher high, higher low over here with the second wave pullback, and this third wave is going to be really, really, really impulsive in my opinion, like a $20-$30 rally in probably 3 or 4 days, right? So whether that I don't know, it's hard to say the timing of when that's going to happen. But once this move, definitely expect this move. Definitely expect a pullback to come to go back to 250, right? So I would not buy calls over here, right? I would not buy calls over here because this move is definitely coming. I don't know what exact dollar amount is going to come at, right? Maybe we can push to 266, maybe 270, but the bulk of this move has happened already, right? This wave has happened already. Like so, to get into calls over here is very risky. You're you're risking a lot to get just a little bit. So my point in saying all that is once this move is done, which is going to be relatively soon, we're going to get this move, an ABC pullback, probably down to somewhere around the 250 area, right? And then if this happens, let's say by Monday morning, Monday afternoon, once this is done, then we're going to get a rally that could take us basically 161% of this move. So if this already was a solid rally, which it was, 161% of this rally would take us to let's assume that we go to about 266, and let's say we pull back about halfway, you know, around that $300 range, right? 294, 300, around that range. So I think next week, I won't put a day on it, but I'll say next week we should start a pretty impulsive rally. I hope that helps. I mean, I know I can't give you like exact answer on what's going to happen on Monday because I don't know, but um, hope that kind of like gives you like a better understanding of the picture that I'm looking at in terms of what I think it's doing by its wave count. All right, so see that, guys? See how we're pulling back right here? This isolated candle kind of told me that we most likely would be that's a fake out and not a real breakout because we didn't get confirmation uh, on volume and price action. So I knew a pullback was coming, or I won't say that I knew, but I had a suspicion that it could definitely come. But it doesn't have to be a crazy pullback, right? Right. So right now we're still above our 9 EMA. We went below it, but we didn't close below it. So if we push higher from here, then we can basically say that this was a running flat, and now we'll move higher. RSI is moving with the price, right? It's not diverging, so I think we're still fine for this extra push up over here. But again, if the price does come lower below this point, then we're most likely in an expanded flat, and then we can rally higher as well. The other thing is this is most likely a fourth wave, so another possibility is that we form a triangle. That's like our third major correction. You have your flats, you have your zigzags, and then you have your triangles, which form in five waves. You have A, B, C, D, E, and then you get a breakout. That's usually what other technical analysts would call like a pole flag pattern, right? You have your pole, you have your flag, and then you have your breakout. An Elliott wave, we just call it a fourth wave triangle. How's the market holding up right now? Yeah, so right now it looks like SPY is probably doing a corrective move as well, right? It could also be forming a an ABC right here, or most likely, not most likely, the other possibility is a triangle as well, right? So this looks like a three-wave move down, three-wave move up. Most likely, we're gonna get a five-wave down over here for a flat, and then we're gonna look to break out of this channel for fifth wave. This was my question C lay down. Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's definitely possible. Again, the other possibility is that we get a triangle that plays out because triangles occur in fourth wave moves. This is most likely a fourth wave. So if you see a bounce over here, it's most likely going to play out something like this, and then you get a breakout for fifth wave move. So if this was a C wave move, right, and you wanted to play, so this would be a good trade setup, and I'll show you exactly how. Because if this is a C wave, right, there's no knowing it yet, but you already have a stop loss. Your stop loss is going to be right here, right, which is basically the high of what SPY hit. So you can buy puts for a one to one, which would take you to 441 on SPY, right? And you would set a stop loss at the high, which would be basically your invalidation point. You got a 442 put. I'm in the scalp as B at 443 rejection, 442 put. Nice. Yeah, and then just you have your stop loss set right here. Then should be good. You're risking a little for a lot, so that's always a good trade setup. If it hits, you hit the lotto. If it doesn't, you know, on to the next play. And Tesla might be in a running flat situation over here. A, B, C. Because we seem to be holding this. If we could hold this, then we could probably just move for a nice five-wave rally up to like 266. Other indicator was on 5 minutes. SPY needs 1 million in volume for a directional move. Otherwise, it shows weakness, which the 443 test was low volume. Got you. Yeah, volume is huge, especially on SPY. Is a good indicator. Where is my volume on SPY? That would help. Let's change this. All right, so since you're in SPY, Cosmo, why don't you hold down SPY first and let us know how that play is going? But I think you're definitely in good shape for to get this one to one. This looks like a definite flat correction. So look for a target of 441.75. It could push lower than that a little bit, but a one to one is usually a good target for a C wave flat. No doubt, no doubt. So yes, if SPY is pulling back to like 441, guys, then Tesla should pull back over here too, unless it diverges. But so you see over here, guys, this is like another instance of where technical analysis patterns play out in Elliott wave, right? So you have a pretty impulsive third wave move, right? And then you usually get a fourth wave correction, whether it's a triangle or if it's a flat, right? Those always form your bull flags and your bull pennants. If it's a triangle, you're going to basically see something like this. That forms your bull pennant, right? So now you got your pole, which is your third wave. You got your fourth wave triangle, which forms your pennant, and then you get a breakout for a fifth wave move, right? So now you know where to look for them. But then if it's if it's a flat type of correction, because usually fourth waves are either flats or triangles, then you'll get something like this, and instead of a pennant, you'll have a flag. You still have the third wave as your pole. You'll have a flag, and then the breakout would be your fifth wave. So that's basically what I think is setting up over here. And because you know it's a correction also because again volume is so low. The only place where volume spiked up was at the top of our B wave, um, which was going back in the B waves always go in the general direction of the main trend. So the main trend is going up, so the B wave is basically trying to get back on course, but there's one last push left from the opposite direction before we can move higher. I'm thinking this might end up being an expanded flat because by like trying to count the waves, we should get a 5 wave move. on our C wave. So if I go to the minute, we can probably see it better. It's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We should know. I mean, it could end right here. In which case, it would basically just be a running flat. See if we can find a spot any bullish reversal pattern. Looks like we're wicking out at 263. So which we had as the previous resistance. Remember? So like this is an instance. I forgot who asked if it was Sunny or maybe it was Love Never Fails. Guys, one of you guys asked me about support and resistance, but yeah. So see, this is like an instance where now this, which was our previous resistance that we broke through, now is acting as support, right? Law of polarity. So let's see if that holds now as support. If not, then we have 262.47. That's support. Since we're lower than our EMAs, right? Well, that was on a 3 minute, on a 5 minute. Yeah. So our EMA just crossed. So let's see. Yeah. So right now we would have we're still holding at this support at 263.07. So if we break below there, then our next support will be 262.50. And if we were to break below 262.50, then I would go by a fib level. We would look at probably this 1.382 extension, which would take us down to 262.10, possibly even to 261.70 in the case of an expanded flat. And then we could also check our overall uh, retracement tool on this third wave move right here. So you see this level is basically between our 23.6 and our 38.2% retracement level. So we definitely have support at 262. Just draw a line right there at 262. That's support, so I'll make it green. This is actually support now. Move this one neutral. I think we definitely have this move coming soon, guys. So if I wanted to scalp, I could play basically the bullish reversal, whether it's here, whether it's here. See, like what a lot of people will do is they'll wait for the break now of this move, right? But using Elliott Wave, you could get better entries. It's just most people don't want to buy on the dip, right? Because it's a risk. They tell you never catch a falling knife, and that's true to some extent. But if you know how to count Elliott waves, if you know how to use your indicators and different price oscillators and stuff, you could possibly time this correction to get in at a good entry for a fifth wave move. So if you were to play, like, for example, like calls over here at the breakout of this move, and let's say this is our target, right? This is what you're getting, and you're getting it at a high premium, right? Whereas if you were to buy down here, you're buying calls at a much cheaper price. So being able to find a bottom for a retracement is very, very crucial. But it definitely takes a lot of guts to be able to buy at the bottom, anticipating a reversal. So that's why most people don't do it. It's definitely a lot more risky. All right, so it looks like we're getting an expanded flat. Let's see where this pushes. SPY 442 push down. Nice. I mean, nice for your puts, not nice for the overall market. But once this move is done, I think we're coming back. It's just a correction. Corrections happen. You can see how the price action, right, and the RSI are moving simultaneously down, right? So there's no divergence here, which tells me that there's going to be a fifth wave left. This is our peak, which is our third wave. And over here, once we do this move, that's when you're going to start to see the divergence play out. And then this will be the place to sell calls. This was definitely a good scalp for you though, Gossam, because it's a C wave move. So I think if you could time a bounce over here, right, look for a bullish reversal candle pattern. You could even scalp the calls on the way back up, kind of like what I'm talking about with Tesla. All right, so we're on the 5 minute chart with Tesla, and now, all right, so this is a support level. Let's see how we bounce over here. I think this should be the extent of the correction. It could push a little bit more lower if it wants to, or end a little bit higher, but for the most part, it's in a good range for a C wave to end on a expanded flat. So if I were to see a hammer candle pattern over here forming, right? Because it's in the range that I know a C wave would end. That hammer candle pattern would be my indication, and also the C wave. As the C wave finishes, the volume picks up as well. So you'll start to see volume pick up as the C wave reaches its peak, and then that volume will roll over into a push in the other direction. See how that plays out. All right, coming at that level at 262. There is a little bit of divergence now I'm looking at it. I wasn't really paying attention to it before, but over here, from this peak to this peak, we definitely had a little bit of divergence, right? Here's our peak over here on the RSI. We had this divergence. So is it possible that this was our entire fifth wave move? One, two, three. I'm counting this whole thing as a three. Two, one, two, three. So I think we should still have one more rally to the upside. Let's stick with that for now. Unless we like, if we were to really fall off over here, then basically that would just mean that this was our entire third, and then in that case we should get this fourth wave bounce on this channel, and we'll still get a larger degree rally for the fifth. So it's either we have one more rally here to complete this move, and then we pull back for this fourth wave, and then we get the last fifth wave of a larger degree, or we're just already in the the fourth wave move already, the larger degree fourth wave move already. I'm kind of leaning more towards this one. See if we get a reversal right here. Thirteen minutes ago, XPeng stock soars toward best month in nearly 3 years. So I mean, could mean that it's a really good market for EVs, obviously led by Tesla, and that would be good for that Neo play that I was talking about earlier. I kind of want to be with you guys to see if this rally happens to complete this third. Um, but I'm gonna probably hop off in another half an hour, and then I'll probably come back for the close around like maybe 2:30 to 4. I might have to hop off in a little bit. So I really just want to see if we could get this rally, or if we're doing this move right here, this fourth wave move. This looks like a pretty nice reaction at right at that level, right? So this was the support level that we drew. The C wave, if this is most likely the C wave, right? Finished with strong volume. Now we're getting a pretty bullish reaction. Let's see how this candle closes. We got a minute left on the candle. If it finishes top heavy like that, it should be a pretty good reversal pattern to signal this move coming. Stay till we reverse. All right, I'm here with you guys. I do think that it is going to reverse right now, but on the off chance that it doesn't, most likely we're headed down here, and then this was our third wave over here already. And then what that would mean is that this move that we're getting right now is an it's ABC playing out, but this would just be the A wave, A leg, in five, and then we get a B, and then another C probably down. See though, let's see. Candle looks pretty good. All right, so that see how that candle closed pretty well. Now it's just a matter of a confirmation candle. Out of your puts on SPY. Nice. So you that probably timed with the bottom on the same Tesla move C wave, right? With my SPY. Yep, exactly, right? So that's the 78 point percent. So remember the C wave moves in five waves, right? So it might be an extra little push down here, but overall I think that's a great exit. You're basically able to ride um, this entire move down to this part. So that's a great scalp. This is probably a one, two, three, four, five. Probably it might head down a little bit lower, but let's see how this candle. Same thing is playing out basically on Tesla. We're looking for a confirmation on a reversal. Tesla looks like it may get it. 2.5 minutes left. If the price action finishes, green over here on this candle, I think we should be in the reversal, and then we could expect this five wave move to the upside. But definitely, I want you guys to then pay attention to what's going to play out on the RSI and this price oscillator, right? Because if that is the case and we're coming back for a fifth wave, you'll see on the price oscillator, it'll make a lower peak than what we had over here. This was most likely our third of third. This was our fifth of our third right here. And then you'll see we'll end up getting something like this. And then that'll be the divergence, but price action will go higher. And then that would basically be your sell off. It may have more room, but secure profit 0 DT. Yeah, no, it's a great scalp. Great scalp. Remember, when always take profit when uncertainty comes in the picture. When you start saying it may do this, it may do that, it's better to just get out if you're up, because why risk uncertainty? Play the certainty, get out at the uncertainty, in my opinion. And again, not financial advice, guys. It's just my opinion. got 45 seconds for this candle to close green. I want to see it on a 1 minute though. See if I can count 5 waves for. It's possible that Tesla might have one more wave down because this looks like a one, two, three, four, and it would kind of line up with what I'm seeing on the SPY as well. So it's possible that we get one more wave down. That'll be 5 waves for the C wave, right? So then this is our one, two, three, one, two, three. That's our A, B, and then our C in 5 waves. Let's see. All right, so we got a doji on the 5 minute, which is just, again, it's just uncertainty. But these two candles together, um, pretty decent. If we could get the price action to close above our 5 9 EMA, that would be pretty bullish. And I would say we're pretty much in this reversal. And then again, that being the case, then we're most likely headed, I would say, to one of these resistance levels. The 266.82 is where I would love to see this go, because on the bigger picture, that would mean that we take out this peak right here, and then we're essentially creating a higher high. So we end the streak of lower highs, lower lows. And you guys can see again what would be forming right here would basically be a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, right? Because we would have this ABC that would form your left shoulder. This would be your head. We would get our first wave around that same area of what is resistance right now. Pull back for our second wave in the bigger scheme of things. That would form our right shoulder, and then a break above this neckline, which would see us like really take off in this impulsive third wave rally. Looks like we're getting the push. Okay, so it's like we're pushing at our 9 EMA. Looks like we're gonna get the crossover. See if we get volume to come in now. About a minute 45 on this candle. I think you will see a little bit more volume on this candle, and us finishing higher than our 9 EMA. I think then we're pretty much off on this last rally. About 30 seconds left. It's a nice candle. Nice. That's what we want to see. Volume is picking up. See if we can get the close above the 9 EMA at 263 right now. So again, that level that was resistance, then became support. Right now it's kind of like neutral, kind of acting as resistance again. But that was not a bad close. So definitely, I think that the reversal is in. I think the reversal is in, and we should be making a 5 wave move higher. Remember what I said, guys, about how as this price action is playing out now, right? Even though we're going to be making higher highs and higher lows, most likely, um, just keep an eye on the RSI, right? So as we are going to be setting like new highs and stuff, RSI might do something like this on the first peak, on the second peak, on the third peak, right? So then that's where you know we got this divergence playing out, right? So at that point, you know the sell off is coming. So if I zoom out over here for a second, try to get a um, try to get a price target for this move. Let's say this was our first wave over here. Let's say this was the bottom of our fourth. We could go for a 1-to-1, which would take us around 267, which would be a perfect level. Honestly, it kind of lines up with that resistance. Um, Another target would be, so let's say from 267 to 268.40, right? I would be happy with any of those targets because that essentially means we take out that previous high, we end the lower lows, lower highs. There we'll pull back, and then we should have room to rally for one more wave up, I think. So essentially, what we just did right now on this minor degree, right, this third wave, this fourth, and this fifth, that is playing out in a larger sense of this third, this fourth, and this fifth should play out, in my opinion, right? Hide that for a second so I can try to explain this a little bit. So what we just did over here was a uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 should be playing out on a minor degree, right? Which would take us up here. And on a larger degree, this is our first, second, this is our third, we should get a fourth and a fifth. If my count is right, I mean, sometimes my count is off on the micro. Not by a lot, but sometimes it's tricky and you add an extra degree that maybe you shouldn't. But it makes sense to me right now. In general, like the midpoint of your move is going to have the highest peak, right? That's our third of our third in this case. That's our highest peak in terms of our price oscillator. So it's looking good right now. I'm off, dude. Have a great weekend. Oh, have a great weekend, bro. My bad, I didn't see that, but you're still in here. Have a great weekend. Enjoy, and then hopefully we'll be back on Monday. What do you guys think? Do you guys feel like this is helpful? This is useful? Do you guys prefer like the videos? Do you guys prefer the lives? Does it help with your trading, or just give you guys some more insight? Oh no, it's funny. I'm still on right now. JS said that he was leaving, so I was just saying for him to have a great weekend. I'm still on for probably. I want to see this rally finish. So if this is happening, I kind of wanted to stay to see this, and then I'll probably head out, and I might come back around 3. Still on for right now. You prefer the live stream? Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, if I could do live streams more often, I would definitely love to do them. Because I feel like with the live streams, you can definitely see a fuller picture on the micro count and stuff like that. With the other one, I kind of just give the big picture, like overview, like like this chart is what I'm looking at when I do my videos. Just kind of give you guys like a daily uh, perspective. Monday is only 3.5 hour day trade, right? Yeah, somebody said that. I wasn't sure. I didn't get confirmation because we had a little debate about that yesterday in the chat. Can somebody confirm for Red Cake? I mean, I'll have to go and check it myself as well, but I think we have somebody in here. Gotham, do you know if Monday is a 3.5 hour day trade, or is it like a full day? I remember we were talking about that yesterday. I'll find out for you, bro. Just give me a second here. Oh, Gotham just said 1 p.m. Monday. Okay, so we close at 1 p.m. Gotcha. And Tuesday we're back to normal, right? Or is Tuesday's not off, right? Yeah, if somebody said Tuesday we were off. Monday could be nuts for Tesla. Yeah, I mean with the Q2 deliveries and all that, that's the big catalyst that everybody's definitely talking about. Half a day, so stay away from zero DTEs. Yeah, be careful with those zero DTEs. Tuesdays closed. Yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting. So let's see how the price action closes out today. I think will be pretty crucial because if we could finish this move, I don't think we'll finish this move. I mean, it's already 12 o'clock. We have about 4 hours left. We'll definitely finish this. I think this move to a higher high. I think Monday being a half day, then would have to get this pullback for this fourth wave close. You should definitely go live on Monday morning. Oh yeah, Tuesday, July 4th. I don't even know what day it is. Honestly, I never know what date it is. Yeah, Monday I'll definitely try to go live. It's a half day, so won't be. I think I should be able to. How about this? If I get, I don't even know how to check this right now. I got 8 likes. If I could get 20 likes by the end of the stream, I'll go live Monday. How's that? I think that's fair, right, guys? 20 likes by the end of the stream. But it all depends on what time I end it, right? All right, let's go with 15. Let's go with 15. I think 15 is more reasonable if I'm about to hop off in like an hour. Liked. Awesome. Thank you, Love Never Fails. Appreciate it. Honestly, guys, I mean, I hate asking for it, but the likes they really help. Like really, gets it gets your videos pushed into like the algorithm, and more people would just come and I really just want to just grow the community. Honestly, I really enjoy talking to you guys and stuff. So I'm at 18. I thought I just checked and I was at like 8. Oh, sweet, awesome, you guys. Wow, I should ask for likes more often. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I two more, and I guess I'm coming in on Monday. Donnie, go Tesla to the moon. Shout out from Wall Street, Manhattan, NYC. Awesome. What's up, Donnie? Put in the work and you'll definitely grow your channel. You know what you're talking about. Thank you, Sonny. I appreciate that. It looks like I have to wake up on Monday. Yeah, I guess so. All right, Monday I'll be up bright and early for you guys. I mean, I still need two more or one more. I think mine is lagging because where does it say? Yeah, it says for me I got 18, but it's only half day Monday, so you're good. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be a problem. Honestly, I look, I enjoy it, guys. If I could do it every single day from open to close, even pre-market, I would do it. I'm always trying to watch the charts as much as I can anyway, and it makes it a lot funner when you have people watching it with you. You know, just want to see. All right, so Nvidia's still holding. Where do we on Spy? Spy looks like it's getting its back as well. Probably pushing for a higher five-wave move. Triple Q pulled back a little bit, but it should be. This is yeah. It should be starting its move as well. AMD had a nice rally. You still holding that AMD, Gotham? Back to Tesla. All right, so this most likely, guys, in our final wave now is our first wave up, right? So this was our bottom, where we bottomed out with our C wave. So most likely we have now, we're looking for a 5 wave sequence up, I think. So let's see this consolidation right here. We'll look at it on a 1 minute scale, 1 minute time frame. Might make it a little bit clearer. Hold on, guys, give me like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, sorry guys, I am back. Let's see. Where are we at? Nice. I mean, this could still be. This, I don't feel like it's not a deep enough retracement. This might still be part of our first wave, or it could be our third wave. Let's see. Yeah, this is probably still part of our first wave on this rally. So I can count 5 waves here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so this whole thing is probably our first wave. Get another pullback, and then this should be a decent entry point for a stronger 5 wave move. Holding AMD August 115. Nice. This I move up. Yeah, overall, I think we are moving up. What's your position, Tsla, or thoughts? Yeah, actually, I'm kind of curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Obviously, you guys know my perspective from a technical analysis point, primarily Elliott Wave, but what are your guys' thoughts? Some of you guys who are more like into like the fundamentals and like the news and things like that. What are your guys' thoughts on Tesla? Do you think the 1 minute looks like a mini version of the daily chart? What's up, Alex? The 1 minute, yeah, right. It does, and that's a good observation on your point. And I think I pointed out something like this similarly in one of my videos. If you look at the entire Tesla move from its like inception to what's playing out now on a daily time frame, I'll show you guys. And the reason for that is like that's the whole point of like Elliott Wave, right? Is that basically the market moves in fractals. So this is going all the way back, right? On a daily time frame, you can see what Tesla's doing here, right? So you have your 5 wave move right here, right? And then you look at this pullback right here, right? Your 3 wave move pullback. It's actually a little bit more complex. But now, and then this is our move since January. Look what our move in January looks like. It's the same thing, right? You would have to zoom in for a closer time frame, but this is basically a 5 wave move, and then this is our 3 wave pullback. So essentially, the whole point about Elliott Wave is that it just moves in fractals, and the same patterns are going to play out on different time frames. So yeah, if it's playing out right now, it's definitely the same thing. You got a 5th wave high, all right, then you get a 4th wave pullback, then you get another 5 wave move up. Would you be able to give a brief technical analysis for NVIDIA also? Yeah, sure, Danielle. I mean, I definitely have videos on NVIDIA, so I would definitely recommend you guys check those out, like for bigger pictures. But yeah, I'll take a look at it in just 1 second. Um, Sunny Ann said, "I am bullish position for both short and long terms." Got you, Alex Co. With the big dip down from today's high. Yep, from today's high, exactly. So this was our 4th wave pullback right here. This was actually our pullback. It's not just this, right? It's it's this whole move right here. So this was really in terms of Elliott. This was our 5th wave high. This was our A. This was a B that kind of overtook the high, and then we got the C, and now we're starting to move up. Sunny answer. Basically, for short term, I'm trying to execute some swing trades. Got you. Now, when you mean short term, how short are you talking about? Like, like, what are your swing positions? Red Cake said, I feel like news will be big, especially for the delivery. That's why I don't exactly think it'll go down yet, but definitely at one point, then back up from there before earnings. I mean, yeah, that pretty much aligns with exactly how I think the wave count is playing out. So it's really dope when fundamentals and catalysts can align with the wave count. It just gives me like that extra bit of confirmation. Okay, 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah. So I actually have something really interesting I want to share with you guys about a possible time for when I think this move can be complete. Now, I don't want you guys to hold me to it because, like I mentioned multiple times, like even in my videos and like I said yesterday on the stream, time is a really, really difficult target, right? But just doing more research, and I'm always like trying to like read up and find out more. Time is the hardest part about Elliott Wave, and there one school of thought is basically that a one way that you get a target is that waves 1 to 3 usually take the same amount of time, right? It's equal length of time as the end of wave 3 to the end of wave 5. So what does that mean? So let me just hide these drawings so it doesn't look too too messy on here. Here, actually, let me just hide that, and let me hide. All right, can't find them right now. All right, so basically, this right here was the beginning of our entire move, right? From here, and this is the end of wave 3, right? So this is the end of wave 3. So basically, this distance, this time, is the same amount of time according to this one school of thought. How long it should take from the end of wave 3 to the end of wave 5. So this would be equal distance, right? So that means this fifth wave target that I have over here from 290 to 314, we could possibly see by August um, August 11th. So that's definitely one possibility, and that kind of aligns also with the fib time extension tool that I used. You guys can see in one of my previous videos that I made on Tesla. I think by August is when we'll see um, this move play out, and even that won't be the end of this play because then that means we have this first wave, this second wave, this third wave, then we'll get a fourth wave, and then one more fifth. I think where we end up breaking uh, all-time highs. So that's my current take on it. But again, with the time aspect of it, just don't hold me to that. But I think that is a based off of this one school of thought. That's a good time projection. Let's see. Thanks, dude. Always good work. Thanks, Alex. Alex, what are you doing with the Tesla? I know you've been commenting on my videos saying that you're making bank on Tesla, so I'm sure you're still in it. Still holding strong? That timeline will work for me. Awesome. Yeah. I think it's a reasonable time frame, honestly. Let's get back to this micro count. All right, over here, guys, you can see the volume is starting to pick up a little bit. So look for now this first wave to be complete, I think, right? And now us getting this three-wave pullback, possibly back down to this 262 level. We could do a quick fib retracement. Yeah, see the golden pocket, 6.18 would take us right down to that 262. So look for that in the three-wave move, and then a nice rally higher. All right, now let's take a look. Donnie asked you wanted to take a look at Nvidia. All right, so let's see what's going on with Nvidia right now. I believe I have the wave count on here. I'm always changing my charts up, so sometimes I don't know if I'm on the right chart or not, but let's see. Oh, there you go. My drawings are hidden. All right, so this is the wave count that I got for NVIDIA right now. I do think NVIDIA is going higher. This was our first wave move over here for NVIDIA, and we're in this basically really. I'm actually going to redo this count because I'm not sure if I still agree with my original premise that we're still in the third wave move. Because this would be a really super extended third wave move, and then we would get a fourth and then a fifth, right? I personally think Nvidia is going to break like 500, um, but it could be that this right here, where we topped out at 436 ish, was our entire third wave move, and now we're doing a fourth wave correction. We're definitely in the fourth wave. Which exact degree, right? I don't know which exact degree we're in, but I think what we're doing right here is basically an ABC pattern. So let me go to like a 3 hourly. So this was definitely this was our earnings on Nvidia, right? So that's when we gapped up heavy. That's our 1, 2, 3. I had that as our mid-most move, and if that is the case, then the count that I have is pretty accurate. So then we had a 3, 4, 5, and now this is a 3 of a larger degree. We're doing an A, B, C move right here to get this fourth, right? So try to bring this up a little bit. So if I were to break this down, this is probably like a 5 wave move over here. This B wave, I think, is a B wave. I mean, this move, I think, is a B wave recovery. I think this is the complete correction. So I think we'll end up probably getting back to like this fifth wave right around here. Or hold on 1 second, guys. We'll probably pull back. Uh, we'll probably pull back for another 5 waves. Ultimately, I'm looking for this fourth wave to align with this fourth wave. That's a pretty solid expectation. But then once this whole correction is complete, then we should be going higher. All right. All right. Just give me 1 second, guys. I just gotta take this call. Let me go back to Tesla for you guys, though. Just Tesla. Oh wow, Tesla's actually pushing higher. Let me see. Did I get the count wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So maybe it's possible that this right here. One, two. This could be 3, 4, 5. This could be our pullback. It's kind of small for a pullback. It's most likely just a 1, 2, 1, 2 situation, like just an extended first wave. Yeah, I think we'll still probably end up getting a pullback somewhere around here. Still get something like that, and then move higher for this, and then another pullback, and then hopefully push to our target of like around 260, 268. But give me like 5 minutes, guys. I'll be right back. Just gotta take this call. Hey guys, sorry about that. I'm back. How are we holding up? That timeline would work for me. Anyone taking profit end of day or see what will happen over the weekend. My price target was 266 for today, and then I would have sold. I'm not sure how Monday will go. Got you. Ah, let's see. Tesla is strong. Your screen isn't on. My screen's not on. Can you guys see my screen? Screen is not on. It's weird. Oh, you're saying it's not sharing my screen? Oh, somehow it disconnected me. All right, cool. Can you guys see it? Yeah, I stepped away, so it went to my screensaver, and I think it disconnected my screen. Yeah, I still can't see it. Man, I'm pretty popular today. Cool, cool. All right, so let's see what's happening, guys. We're coming across resistance. Maybe this was the pullback, honestly, but or maybe we have an extended first, second, third, fourth. This looks more like a fourth wave with this kind of consolidation. Go back to a 5 minute. Yeah, it could be like a one, two, three, four, five. Then we'll get a pullback, and then start the third wave of this move. And then another pullback for a fourth wave, and then our last move. I'm hoping we can get to 270, like we get this like strong rally on this third wave move over here. Once we're done with this correction, I mean, bearish scenario is that so there is something called fifth wave truncation, guys. It's possible that a fifth wave truncates and it doesn't pass the third wave. It's pretty rare; it doesn't happen that often, but it is a possibility. And then the other possibility is that this correction could still be uh, ongoing. Usually, fourth wave corrections are last longer than a second wave correction. So, in terms of time frame, if this wasn't the whole thing, this it is an extended flat, an ABC move, but an ABC can be a larger A, right? And then this move up could be a larger B, and then you could get a larger C, and then you can start to move. So those are your other scenarios. I'm not favoring those scenarios. I'm basically just favoring us pushing right now after this, like going in this direction, like one, two, three, four, five, to finish this move right here. But I think that's the best probability play. Those other scenarios are on the board. Go back and read some of you guys' comments. Stunian said you missed your exit point a few weeks ago and you've been struggling since then. Once since I started, so it's been up and down. At what point did you guys get into like this play? Whoever's like swinging it, are you guys like holding swing trades? And what was your guys like entry? And like on the macro count, like I've basically been watching this move honestly since January. Once we got this bounce, I didn't really start making videos. I don't think till like February, mid February or March. That's kind of like when I started my channel. But I've been watching this since this move, and once we had this strong move, I was like, all right. This whole time, this play when I was playing it, I was scalping it. I was scalping this move up right here, right? When we bounced at 100 and we went to 217. So I was scalping it, getting out, day trading it. Once I realized that this was basically a first wave move and this was starting to play out, I was like, okay, we're gonna get either it was gonna be an A, B, C, or it was gonna be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I scalped a little bit of this, but it was a correction, so I tried to stay away from it. And then I was just really waiting for this bounce over here in this gap right here, which was our 61.8%. You guys can see like my early videos. I basically started calling out this play around here when we were at the 180. That's when I started my videos, saying that we should be going down to here and then we should start rallying higher. So I was expecting this third wave move for a while. But again, you never know, right? So like the best place to have gotten in would have been over here, in my opinion. But I I couldn't because it was too it wasn't deep enough. I thought this was just gonna be an A, then a B, and then a C. But we ended up just going higher. Once we broke this point though, I knew we were going higher. I knew we were gonna go from here and do this massive rally. So for Tesla, you got in 6/6, June 6th in the money calls. Got you. Yeah, I feel like this play over here, like there were a bunch of different confirmation. This was the confirmation that we should bounce. Then this was we got a 5 wave move. Like I said over here, I was looking for ABC, a little bit deeper of a retracement, and that would have been a good entry, but missed that entry. So I got in over here at the break of this. I'm just holding calls for August expiry. I got them pretty far out. So rode this and then held through this pullback and still holding. But I think that clean this up a little bit. Originally, I had this. I was a little bit more bullish on this. I'm changing my perspective a little bit because I wanted to. I don't want to be too biased about it. So I think this is our first, second. I'm taking this as the third of our third. This move as our fourth, and then us getting a fifth to like around the 313 to complete this third wave move. Then a sideways. I don't know why I'm using white. You guys probably can't even see it. So 1, 2, 3. Red is not better. I don't think anything's better right now. 3, 4, and then this fifth, and then we should be getting a fourth wave move. The fourth wave can be pretty choppy right here, right? Because this could be either A, B, C, or it could be a B, C, D, E, like in the form of a triangle. And then we should get that breakout for another fifth wave move. So I would probably sell around this level because then you're taking on a lot of risk if you hold throughout all this. So around that would probably be a good sell for like swing trades. Let this consolidation fourth wave move play out and like reveal itself, whether it's A, B, C, like zigzag, whether it's a flat, whether it's a triangle. But then get back in on this break and then play this move, which could take us to all time highs. So this would be another swing position towards like the end of the year, in my opinion. Let's see what we're doing over here. I think we should be getting this pullback right here. It's 12:55, guys. I'm probably gonna head out in 5 minutes, but I should probably be back around like 3 o'clock. I'll see. I just have a couple of errands and things that I have to run. But I'll see if I could come back for like a power hour and watch the final hour with you guys. This is kind of what I'm thinking is gonna play out for the rest of the day. Like, I mean, I don't know where we'll end on this move, but it's 1 o'clock right now, so figure another half an hour for this move to play out, half an hour, 45 minutes for this second wave to pull back, and then maybe like around 2 o'clock, start this push up. Not gonna lie, guys, though, I only have 19 likes. I never got that last like, so I don't know if I'm gonna be back on Monday. 20 likes was the deal. I'm at 19. It's gotta be somebody out there didn't hit the like button. Wait, I got 20. It's so weird. On my thing it says I'm at 19. I'm pretty sure I'm at 19. I could refresh it. Let me see. Yeah, it's saying 19 for me. Let's see. Let's see. So this is consolidating. This might be it's pretty choppy here. Let's take a look at it on the 1 minute. Probably playing out as a fourth wave. Might get one more push up before we pull back here. Hit that like Sunny Ann said. Where are you guys at, by the way? Where are you guys like? I remember who was it yesterday? I think it was Yelton, who was said he was tuning in from Korea yesterday, which was really cool. Shout out to your guys' cities. Where you guys from? I know Donnie was here earlier. He said he was from Manhattan. I'm actually from New York myself. Oh, Sonny, that was you. You were from Korea. Okay, okay, my bad. I forget where Yelton was from. It's 2 a.m. and you're tuning in. That's awesome. Thank you, Sonny. That's dedication right there. Red Cake is from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Nice, nice. Oh, you're originally from NYC, but you're out in Korea now? Okay. Do you have like are you like from like your family's from Korea? Are you like of Korean like descent and like you're just living in Korea now or you're out there on work? You're just living out there now? Yeah, I'm from Queens originally, but I live out in Long Island now, working as an expat. Oh wow. Okay. How is it? How is Korea? I've honestly been like I haven't been out of the country too much, honestly, guys. I would love to like travel. If I ever make the big tendies off Tesla, off Nvidia, that's what I'm doing. You're from the Bronx. Okay, awesome. Fellow New Yorker. That's crazy. It's cool. It's really cool. It's very modern. Okay. Yeah, I really just want to get out and travel and see all these different places. That's what I would do with my attendees. Honestly, just go traveling everywhere. Last 12 years, you were in Hong Kong and just moved to Korea this year. That's dope. I'm not gonna lie. That's really cool. That's really cool. How does it compare to Hong Kong? Are we getting a break right here? 264. So our high for today, guys, was 264.45. Better weather. Gotcha. I think that's the one thing that I'm not a fan of in New York is just the weather, man. Like we've had a been a pretty weird summer for us over here. It's still like rainy and chilly, and one day it'll be really nice, and one day it'll be really like really whack. So Hong Kong is too hot and crazy crowded, just like NYC, but worse. Yeah, yeah. NYC is you get used to it though. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm kind of off of it because I've been living in Long Island for about 15 years now. So originally being from Queens, like I was used to it. Now I go back and it's just like I enjoy going there, like going out and stuff over there, but I can't stay there no more. All right, guys. So I really want you to we need to pay attention to this RSI and to see. I'm getting a little suspicious about this move right here. Let's see how it plays out because I'm expecting this to move in a five-wave move to be about the 61.8% of this wave one and three, right, which should take us to around 268. But I'm starting to think that this is why like the counts can really matter sometimes. So if this is our fourth wave, right, which we were looking at yesterday, then this would have definitely been our first wave, and then this would have been our second. This is our third. This is our fourth that just played out over here, and now we're breaking out, right? But what if the other scenario is more likely, and this fourth wave didn't correct over here, but was a triangle-like pattern, and over here we got an A wave. This was just an A, a B, a C, a D, and an E, something like that, and then we started breaking out. And then this move right here is our first wave. This is our third wave. This is our fourth wave, and then this is our fifth, right? Because the fifth doesn't have to go higher than the third, right? It could be truncated. It could be on a one-to-one with the third. So that would change our price target. So I think the best way to know, it's you never really can know. You just got to use your like other indicators and your price oscillator and stuff like that. So over here, I'm looking at the RSI, and I'm looking to pay attention to how uh, how we move from here. So if we're gonna break this, right, and we make a higher peak over here, but you can see over here we're making lower highs on the RSI, right? So if we do something like this, it might be that the top is in a lot sooner, and this is a very small fifth wave. Caesar Gantars. I'm from Poland, working in Norway now. 7 p.m. What's up, Caesar? Welcome to Third Wave Trades. I'm glad you're tuning in from Poland. That's awesome. That's really cool that I got like you guys are like tuning in from everywhere. That's dope. I wouldn't even think so, but like honestly, I don't even know if like anybody else is live streaming Tesla or anything like that. But I know they're super helpful. Like at least they were to me when I first started trading. I always wanted to. There were a couple guys that I would watch on YouTube who would live stream, especially like if you're all in like one play and everything. Like it's fun. It's fun trading as a community. So welcome guys. Alex is from UK. Nice. I've never been to the UK either. I want to go. I want to go. I'm literally just a New York City boy. That's it. I've been to I've been in other places in the States, but not too many places out of the country. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna have to head out. I really have some errands that I gotta run. I wanted to see this play out, but I think I'm leaving you guys in good hands right now because or leaving you guys in good shape. This is definitely our third wave. What could happen? I'll give you guys a couple of alternate scenarios. Right. This I'll be honest with you, it doesn't look as impulsive to me as I would like it to be for a first wave of another impulsive move up. So it's possible that this is just a B wave of this larger correction. So you have your ABC, which is just an A, and this is some sort of B, and then you'll get another C, right? And then you'll start to get the rally up. So I still think that by close, if even if this happens, by close we should still be getting this move back up. That's like a kind of like short term bearish scenario, right? Like this, we get this pullback right here, or it could. So that would be basically if it breaks below this point. I still wouldn't just panic just yet because it could just be that this whole thing is your A, this is your B, and then this is your C for your fourth wave move over here, as opposed to over here, and then you'll start this rally. So um, the other case would be that, like our first scenario, that our fourth wave is already completed over here, and this pullback won't come lower than this point. We'll just get ABC right here, and then we'll start this move. But definitely how it plays along this point is crucial. So, I mean, I'm assuming most of you guys are from. Sorry, not from. You got most of you guys are swinging, or you guys are like holding shares or something like that. I doubt anybody's like nobody's still stuck in the zero DTE or anything like that, right? Because it's 1 o'clock. You really shouldn't be in the zero DTE at this point. And if you guys have next week's expiries, I think you guys are good. I mean, it all really just depends on your strikes and stuff like that. But yeah, I think possible pullback over here is either going to be a second wave of this move, right? So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 playing out, and either this is the first wave, and then we're going to get this, or this is just a larger ABC finishing up, and then we'll get the fifth wave move. That makes sense. Those are the scenarios that I'm looking at. And even after that move is done, I still think we have another rally. I mean, a pullback down here, and then another rally up before we get a major pullback. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Look at that! I got 20 likes. Okay, Alex, you're in shares. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, if you could play shares, like that's honestly the best, like least risk type of play. I got 20 likes though, guys. So that means I will be here Monday morning. I'm still gonna try to come back for Power Hour. We'll see. If I don't, then you know, I hope you guys have a great weekend. But I'll definitely try to see how the price action is moving and stuff, and see if I can make it for a Power Hour. All right, guys. So I think I'm leaving you guys in good shape. The rest is on you guys. I'll try to be back Power Hour, and if I am, I want to see this at like 265. I know you guys got it. I know you guys not gonna let Tesla fall, so I'll leave it to you guys. All right. So I'm gonna head out for now. But let's see. I'll be back. All right, guys. If not today, then I'll definitely see you guys Monday. Even though somebody just took their like back, I see it went from 20 back to 19. See me at 269. All right, guys. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys, and thank you guys for participating and commenting and liking and all that stuff. Share my channel, guys, if you can. Anybody that you know that's interested in either Tesla or just like stocks in general, please share, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with more. All right, guys. Peace out.